Hello friends, welcome to SQL Server tutorial. In this video, we will talk about join column. So join column will help in performing the mapping between two table rows. So a condition between join columns performs mapping and brings related data. So performs mapping means performs mapping between rows in two tables and brings the matched data as a result. So join column plays the key role, and this join column usually will be the candidate from primary and foreign key column, but it's not a restriction. You can perform join with any column, but mostly you will see the join will be performed based on already established relationship. For example, department ID in employee and department table can act as a join column. So that means the column exists between both the table. So it's not mandatory that the column name should be same in both the table. It can be different column as well. So by specifying the join column, you can actually perform matching and pick the record from both the tables. The example beside shows inner join and column mapping. Here, let's first look at the from class. And if you see, there are two tables involved, table A, table B. Here, these are all the alias type as TA and as TB. Why? Because when we want to refer these tables, instead of specifying the full name, we can use these aliases. All right. Two table is specified here, and type of join, if you see, inner join. So forget about these joins. So if you need schema, you can create it. Let me stripe this out. So we can use, when we created the table, we created it in a default schema. That means DBO schema. So we don't need to specify the schema name when object stays in the default DBO. So select from table A, inner join, table B, and this is what called mapping column. Right? TA from table A, ID A, and from table B, match ID B. Right? So this is the matching column. Based on this matching column, we will return the data. So table join will be performed here. So after table join, it will filter out some records. From the filtered result, we want to pick from table A, we want to pick ID A, data A. From table B, we want to pick ID B, data B. That means here we are picking all the columns. So two things what you have to notice: what are all the tables that get joined, table A and table B, and they are joined using the inner join. Then the mapped column between these two tables are ID A and ID B. So ID A is from table A, that should match with ID B from table B. And here, if you see, last time in the Cartesian product, we got 6 results. Why? Because table A had 2 rows and table B contains 3 rows. Cartesian product is multiplication of these two, so we got 6 results. But this time it's based on the matching. So you see, when IDA is 1, it get matched with IDB, that's also 1. Then we bring the data. Similarly, 1, 2, and we bring the data. So table B contains one more row with ID 3 that get missed. Why? Because the row ID 3 doesn't exist in table A, so that specific row is skipped by means of inner join. Alright, now we will go to the demo and see this in action. So this will be our first example. Use CE tube. We can place that. Okay, it will be very first statement. So we already know that these are all our sample data from table A and table B. Here we perform inner join between table A and table B, and mapping column here is TA IDA. So if you see, 1 is here and that will get mapped with this one, right? Similarly for this one too, when IDA is mapped to IDB, these two will get mapped, right? So you will get to TAB to TBB, and there is no row here for performing the mapping, so only these two will be returned and the data will be combined. Now let's execute all 3, and if you see in the resultant, you will be seeing from first table, right? This is from second table, and they both are combined and shown as a single row. Similarly, when it comes for second, from first table, this is from second table, and data are combined. And 3, mapping is not possible. Why? Because data exists in table B, but it doesn't exist in table A. So this third row is not here in the result. So this is what called inner join. But in Cartesian product, we saw all the record, right? So once you introduce the mapping column, you can bring only the relevant data. So we can say that this data is not relevant to table A, or because it exists only on table B and it doesn't exist on table A. Now let's look at one more example. We will create a new query window. This time we will move to pubs database, sample database. So in pubs table, in pubs database, we have 2 tables. One is titles. So it contains book title ID, then book name, type, publisher, price, and other information. So this table gives details about the publisher name, publisher ID, publisher name, city, state, country, right? So if you look at title table again, the title table contains publisher ID. So here you see the data integrity. Here we have a column that is referring back to the publisher table, and once you know the publisher ID, by looking at the publisher table you can get relevant other information. So only publisher ID exists in the title, and once you have the publisher ID you can get other information like what is the publisher name, in which city the publisher is residing. Right, now we will perform the join and bring these two data together using the inner join. So as we already saw in our previous example, here the table involved is titles and another one is publisher. T is the alias. You can specify the keyword as, or you can leave it. So title table, alias name is T, publisher table, alias name is P, and we are joining these two tables using the inner join. And join column is from title table, pick the publisher ID. From title table, pick this publisher ID and map that with pub ID in the publisher table. So that's what we are doing here. We are joining these two tables, T dot publisher ID and P dot publisher ID. Here if you see, the column name is same, and this alias name helps in telling which publisher ID we are referring. Right? So once the join is performed, we are interested in picking from title table. From title table, we want to pick title, the specific column, then type. Similarly, in the publisher table, we want to pick publisher name. That's all. So only 3 columns we want to pick, 2 from the title table and 1 column from the publisher table. Now let's execute this. Here if you see, we performed the join. The title name is, say for example, the title name is The Psychology of Computer Cooking, type is undecided, and publisher name is Binet and Hardley. So the information is coming from the title table, and these two informations are coming from the publisher table, and these two tables are joined based on the join column publisher ID, and the join type is inner join. Right? So we looked at 2 examples. One is from our sample table and one is from a more meaningful publisher table and a titles table in the PubS database. That's all here in this video. Just now you saw the demo. Thank you for watching. Bye.